Hi everyone, we'd like to welcome you to our Wednesday, April 15th GBC at Home update. And typically, April 15th would be tax day, and that's why we have Kevin DeMoss with us from Quality First Tax Service. We're going to be hearing from him in just a few minutes, and it's probably anything but a normal tax day for you. So we look forward to getting the update from you. In the meantime, I want to thank everybody for sharing the pictures with us today of the snow-capped mountains out in the Linden area and on Skyline Drive. Some places had 1 to 3 inches, and it looked beautiful. Down here in the lowlands, I don't know about you two, but I didn't see any flakes at my house, but they could have been there early this morning. We have another opportunity later today, another one on Friday. I think it'll be more rain for us, but maybe a little bit more snow for those in the higher elevations. I'm going to turn things over to Amy to give us an update on what's happening for the rest of today and some of our updates for the rest of the week.
Awesome, thanks Chris. So today at 4 we have our youth group meetup. That's at 4 o'clock on a Zoom meeting. If you don't have the password or need information, go ahead and give us a call here at the church today or send us an email and we'll get right on that and get you all the information. We usually go about 45 minutes and it's a lot of fun.
It is.
So I can't wait to see you guys. If you have friends that want to come on, please let me know too, because we would love to have them. Tomorrow at 2, we have the kids Zoom call. Always fun on that one. And then we have Sunday. So I think that's it for this week.
Gotcha. Now,
so, yeah.
Question about the Zoom calls. Some folks are asking us, are these safe?
Yes.
Because I know you guys have kids, we have plenty of people that have kids, and they're asking, could anything be compromised? How do we do it so that we're protecting people?
Yeah, well first, Zoom has put out a couple of updates, and for protection, we are password protected for especially the kids calls. They go into a waiting room, so once people call in and they're in the meeting, they have to be admitted, which is why we need to know that you guys are coming. Because if we don't recognize in the name, then we just don't admit you until we find out why. So that's a couple of safeguards. And then we always have either myself or Chris on those calls in case something goes awry, we end the meeting or kick people off. But we haven't had that.
So if it goes awry, I will end the meeting. She will figure out what the problem is. I am not your techno guy.
So, but any questions or concerns, please definitely reach out to us and we'll walk you through what we're doing and the safety protocols that we're following on that. And
then Sunday, we're going to do our online church, which will be up and running by 11 o'clock. We loved doing the outdoor event.
It's amazing.
It's great to see your family is there as well. And the feedback has been super positive. So we're going to work on trying to do more outdoor church service events and at the venue here at GBC and maybe even some places in the park once some of our restrictions lighten up just a bit. So join us this coming Sunday. We'll be going back to Jeremiah and picking it up in Jeremiah chapter 13. In the meantime, we've got Kevin DeMoss with us from Quality Tax Service right here in Marshall, and we're really blessed to have him because things are all over the place. So Kevin, how long have you been a team partner with Quality First here in Marshall?
We took over in January of 2000, and Butch and Sharon own the business. I'm working for them, and we've been working steadily for the last 20 years. Things have really grown well. It's been going really, really great. God's really blessed. And then this tax season has just been
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what type of services, in say a typical season, do you provide for folks here in the area?
We do tax preparation services, individuals, businesses, whether if it's an LLC, partnership, trust, S corporation, C corp. We do a lot of tax work. We also provide a lot of services for businesses in terms of payroll, accounting, things along that nature.
Awesome. Yeah. I know our family's been blessed over the years. Kevin and the team handles our taxes at home, and it's been a really awesome experience for us. So how has this season completely changed your world? I mean, normally you guys would be looking at maybe having a bit of a relief as you go in from this point on, but that is definitely not the deal this year.
No, it's not. Things were moving along pretty smoothly this year, and kind of seemed that, I don't want to say something was going to happen, but it was just moving too smoothly. And when everything happened, it was just like all the floodgates opened up. And you got lots of phone calls, lots of emails, lots of people that were just unsure of things and needed help in terms of, you know, what loans were available to them or what they needed to do, or just basically letting us know, hey, we need to shut down some payroll services, and we just need to kind of regroup and figure out what we're going to do.
But you're able to kind of guide people along, whether it's an individual family like ours or a small business, if they're able to call up as a client, or even maybe not even a client, to just provide some measure of information and direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, for somebody like myself, so we get our taxes done. Are the deadlines still the same?
No, the deadlines have now been changed. They were obviously April 15th forever. What they did is they extended the federal tax deadline to July 15th. And that incorporates anything that was due on April 15th. Filing your tax return, paying the taxes, even looking at 2020 estimated taxes for this year, this current year. You can delay those payments till July.
All right, so filing and paying for federal is July 15th.
That is correct.
What does that do from a Virginia state perspective?
The Virginia state side has not changed basically the filing date. The filing date is still May 1st on the Virginia side. Now, if you owe money to the state of Virginia, they want you to pay it by June 1st. So a lot of times you have to file or prepare the federal return first in order to have the starting information for the state return, which can complicate things.
Exactly.
So right now, if people don't normally owe, they're going to be fine. They can wait until the July date if they want. However, if you don't owe, why wait? File as soon as you can so that you can get your refund money.
Sure.
And at the same time, if you're eligible for the stimulus money, you can get that as well. However, people will procrastinate, people will wait, and those are the people unsure of their, they can be unsure of their job situation, they're just kind of putting it on the back burner.
Right. So for somebody like me, we filed and I owe to the state, so I still need to pay by May 1st.
I would suggest, if you have the money, to make the payment by May 1st.
Got it.
Just so that it's in, there's no complications. They are allowing you to pay till June 1st. However, at this point, interest is still going to accrue from May 1st going forward.
Gotcha. That's really important.
And
okay.
I know recently the governor has amended, or submitted to amend the budget to take care of the interest. But we don't know if that's all going to go through or not. So, I mean, as a safety precaution, get the payment in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Amy, do you have any direct questions?
Well, I'm one of those people that procrastinate to the last minute, but I was thinking it was April 15th, so I'm ready to go.
Okay.
So, but I did read about the state taxes, and no, you don't need to pay, but I was shocked to learn that interest would still be accruing. So thank you for going over that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't 100% sure. And then how can we set ourselves up for success? What do you want to see when I come into your office? What would be good for me to get going in 2020 for 2021 to help out?
Everyone's in a different situation. Some people have small businesses, some people don't. Some people might just be a realtor, where other people are an owner of a business that has multiple employees. This year is going to be an interesting year going forward, but trying to stay as organized as possible. Every month, going over your finances, whether the personal and business, keeping track of it. There's a lot of people that do not really do a budget or go through their finances till the end of the year. And then they got to do 12 months of worth of accounting themselves to figure out where their expenses are at. And a lot of times things get lost. And if you lose your expenses, you're paying more taxes. And so, you know, organizationally, you want to try to keep up with it as much as possible.
That sounds good. Just to get everything ready to go
yes.
for next year.
Yeah, and then also, within that, keeping good notes of, if someone takes money out of the retirement account, be aware of that. Put that information in your tax file so that you're getting a 1099. Sometimes people will forget about the money they took out of their IRA or their 401k, and then they file their taxes, and then in the middle of the summer they get a letter from the IRS saying, hey, you didn't report this income.
That makes sense, because so much can happen over a year's time.
Yes.
You think you're going to remember.
Yes.
I certainly don't. So it's when I see that piece of paper in there, oh, okay,
yes.
I need this.
Absolutely.
So that's good. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you fielding calls all the time.
Yes, we have lots of phone calls coming in, especially right now, especially small business owners.
Right.
And, we really want to encourage people to, keep their budget going. Again, some people can stay in working. Some people, they don't know where the next paycheck's coming from.
Definitely, yeah.
So, it's a good plug, obviously, for Dave Ramsey, because, Dave's into budgeting, not taking out debt, and,
emergency
funds and things that he would like to see, with people are keeping your four walls up, which would be your food, your utilities, your shelter, and your transportation. Those are kind of your four walls of your livelihood.
Right.
And so, kind of putting halts on other things, and excessive spending, and don't take out loans and don't take out home equity loans right now, and just really have hope.
Right.
Because we're going to get through this, and it's just a matter of when.
Right.
But we're going to get through.
Exactly.
And that's a big thing. I
was listening to something yesterday, and it was about mortgages, and it may be a little bit off topic, but I find when we get into trouble, sometimes we don't reach out. And how is that for mortgages? Do we just reach out to people and, a mortgage company, or the people that we're having trouble paying? If people are having
if they're having trouble paying, they should try to reach out in terms of that, because there's a lot of forgiveness things going on, or they might allow them to not pay for a few months. Again, check with your mortgage company.
So each lender is following like their own. There's no like federal mandate that says everybody's exempt for 90 days. Each lender is handling this a little differently.
I would think that they are internally. They're handling it separately. I don't have any specific facts there's no law changes or anything like that saying that they can do that. But I think if you're proactive, just like in a lot of things, it may serve you well to check into that if you're having those problems.
Yeah, and to keep you informed, if you're doing our taxes and all of that, just keep people informed, I think, right? Yeah.
So stimulus checks.
Yes.
If somebody feels like they should be getting a stimulus check, but maybe they haven't yet, or maybe they don't, is there a number that somebody can call, or is there a financial layout? I know it's $75,000 for
single up to $150,000 if you're married.
Filing jointly. Is that
right?
Correct?
And those numbers actually get expanded a little bit based on the number of eligible children that you have. Basically, children under the age of 17.
And that's $500 per child
in
addition?
Yes, and for the ages under 17.
Now, say there's a family out there that's listening, and they get these resources and they either receive it by check or their direct deposit. Is that money then considered to be taxable income when they have to fill out their taxes for next year?
Actually, it's not. It's not taxable income at all.
Okay.
What I think is going to happen is I think they're going to develop a tax credit similar to what happened back in 2008.
Okay.
And then what happens is they'll develop this credit, and then basically you're getting an advance payment on that credit.
Okay.
It won't be taxable income to you. It's kind of funny because they're going to use 2019 data, but if you haven't filed in 2019, they're going to use your 2018 data.
Okay.
And what's hard is you may qualify for 1 year, but not necessarily the next.
Next year, right.
Yes.
Wow, that's going to make your job even more interesting.
Yes. Yeah, it's making it interesting, but there's also planning opportunities with that, because some people may have taken out money out of their IRA in 2019 because of one reason or another,
Sure.
That they didn't in 2018. So some people may hold off filing their 19 taxes because they don't qualify.
Right.
Let the government use the 18 resources, and then they receive their money.
Got it.
And then they can file their 19 taxes.
Okay. Well, say I'm a person living in town or just in the area. I hear you from this, or I've heard about you from your online presence, even the phone book, your website. I know that because of all of the social distancing restrictions right now, I really just can't jump in the car and go to your office and show up right now, right? You probably have some protocol changes.
Yeah.
How does that work for you right now?
Well, right now we had to make some changes because of the social distancing, because of the safety of our staff and family, which is all together.
Right.
But basically, close the doors, have a note on their front door. You know, if someone does show up, it just asks them to call the office. We're in there working. And if somebody's picking up taxes, we're able to get them their information.
Great. There's handoffs both ways then.
Yeah, there's exactly. Yep. And we're using basically, you know, put it inside this bin or put it in this, and we'll take it from you from there.
Great, great. So phone number.
Yes.
Which is
540-364-1347.
Okay, and then you have a website online presence as well.
Yes.
And that would be?
That is qualityfirsttax.com.
Great.
And we're staying really busy right now. We're not able to meet with the clients, but we're meeting a lot basically via email, phone calls, things like
Sure.
that.
So if I was an existing client or potentially a new client, I could either log onto the website and connect with you, call that phone number, and we could get connected in some fashion.
Yes.
That way, and you would set it up in a way that we could continue to
Exactly. We deal electronically with lots of clients, and we have clients in, gosh, probably 20, 25 states. And so we're kind of used to the electronic means of communication.
Great.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to leave with us as we close this out for today? Is there anything specific or something that we haven't addressed that's right on the cusp that you feel like, hey, if you're not doing this or you should be doing this, what would that be?
I would probably say if you haven't filed your tax return, you need to go ahead and get that done. The IRS website, irs.gov, has information on there regarding the stimulus checks, regarding when they're going out. If you don't normally file a tax return because you're living on Social Security or retirement, you know, how can you get that bank information to the IRS? They've got the information on there. And they've opened up basically portals for you to sign up, for you to enter your banking information, and for you to be able to get your money. It's something that with the stimulus money, it's going to be going on the whole rest of the year. Not everyone's getting their money right away. It's going to be phased over this whole rest of the year. And some people, it depends on if they've already filed. They've got your information. It'll be direct deposited in your bank account if you normally get refunds. If you don't get that, you're going to be getting it into a check. If for some reason you don't receive a stimulus payment, then next year's tax return, you're probably going to get it there if you meet the criteria.
Okay. Wow. So there'll be, this is an ongoing,
That's very interesting.
unfolding thing. Yeah, that's very interesting. Exactly. So Amy, what we could do today is we could post their phone number and their website underneath the caption.
And you guys have a Facebook page too.
We do have a Facebook page.
Go ahead and put that on there too.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, great.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for joining us today. Kevin DeMoss of Quality First Tax Service here in Marshall. I want to thank you all for joining us on our Wednesday update. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a wonderful week. We'll talk to you on Friday. Thanks for joining us.